Gentlemen, thank you so much for granting me a little bit of your time.
Yeah.
Um, First of all, could you please introduce yourselves? I know this won't be really necessary for the larger audience, but could you introduce yourselves and what do you do as a content creator? And then tell me what team you play for and your uh, team for the event?
That's
You
a lot
first,
to
Denmo.
remember.
Sorry.
I'm Denmo. I stream Final Fantasy 14, usually just housing tours on Sundays, and I make video content. Uh, I was part of Team Snackables. What was the third thing?
I think you covered it all. So, what do you do as a
Oh,
content creator and which one was your team?
yeah.
Uh, hello, I'm Rath Games. I'm the solo Final Fantasy 14 Iron Man guy, and I was also Team Snackables.
Right, thank you. So I know that you did have some. Actually, some is kind of understating it. Denmo, I know you had some PvP experience prior to the tournament, but I would like you both to talk a little bit about if you had any prior experience engaging with PvP in Final Fantasy 14 before this tournament.
I have been for the past couple of years. I've been pretty much only playing PvP. I haven't really been playing PvE too much, aside from patch content and stuff. So I've been off and on PvPing for a while. I even got the Wings of Fire achievement for what was it, 100 Rival Wings wins? No, 1,000 Rival Wings wins,
That's
right?
1,000. That's a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That is a lot of mock
Uh,
toms hunting. Sorry, go ahead, Red.
Good. I haven't really done a lot since they added Crystalline Conflict, but I used to do a lot when it was still Feast. I played a good bit of ranked when it was around there, but I didn't really do all that much ever since.
Mm, I see, I see. Thank you. So with regards to this event particularly, could you tell me a little bit about the experience of being brought into your team? Did you reach out to each other? Did Frosty put you together? What was the preparation like for the event?
Frosty put us on the same team, chose the roster for the most part. I did invite Girl DM myself because Frosty was looking for extra people, and Girl DM was the first one that came to mind. Um, Other than that, though, I think we just filled out forms, right?
Yeah, and then once we were actually in a team, we were all pretty talkative about just getting everything set up for practices and the like. It was
Yeah, it was actually a
it
pretty
was a
good
good
team.
team. Hmm.
So he basically like put you guys together in the same room and told you guys to figure it out basically.
Yes.
Yep, pretty much.
Sounds fun. Which kind of leads me to the next question, like Um, how do you feel about your team's performance? When you went in, did you have any game plan to use? Did you feel like you prepared enough? Did you under prepare? Is there something you could have done differently? What are your thoughts on how you guys performed together?
Personally, I think we did pretty great. As far as preparedness, we prepared as much as we could with our busy schedules.
Mhm.
I probably had the least busy schedule, so I was always available for scrimmages and stuff. But I think Girl DM had like maybe a couple days or a couple evenings, even just a couple hours, where she was able to get on and actually try PvP. And she had very little to no experience prior, but she was also very familiar with League of Legends, so it came pretty naturally to her, I think.
How about Reth? Is there something you feel like I was expecting to perform this way and it did not go to plan? Or did it more or less just go as you hoped it would?
Well, we definitely did uh, a lot better than I expected when I was originally coming into a PvP tournament. Um, Having not really touched PvP all that much, I think we did a pretty good job. Um, like Denmo said, with how crazy busy a lot of us were, it was nice to be able to get any time to get together and practice. If we had been less busy, it might have been nice to get to practice more as like the full team. But we did pretty dang good for how we were.
Yeah.
I'm
As for strategy, we just kind of kept it simple and like, I'm gonna pick a target and you guys go attack that and try to stay alive. So
that is I would say that is how you play CC in general. So would you say, Denmo, that you kind of took a I know that you do ranked quite a bit.
yeah.
Do you feel like you kind of took a bit of a coach role in your team?
A what?
A coach role, sort of like you have more experience than your other teammates, so you told them, "Hey, hit this guy and try to stay alive."
I Yeah, I was the guy calling marks for the most part, but everybody kind of pitched in and said, "All right, I'm doing this, I'm doing this." But I was just quietly like, "Hey, let's get this guy, please."
uh, Coming from the spectator side of things, I can tell you that we definitely saw that urgency on the other side of the screen, particularly when you were on stage. We were definitely telling the other staffers, Denmo wants this person dead, or he's going to pay for it. It was pretty amusing to watch. It was it was much higher level play that we were expecting, actually. It was really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I
Um,
was I was probably going too hard on Sage, overextending a little bit. So, but yeah,
um, Also from the spectator side, I could tell that there were a few instances of slightly more creative, less meta gameplay that we don't see in the more traditional tournaments, such as teams splitting up to pincer or that kind of thing. Um, it's a one thing to say we had a plan and we executed it, and one very different to actually be on the field and have things go sideways. Were you guys planning on your feet? What's the mood like when you were already in a fight?
Most
Like,
of it was very active and on our feet planning. The most planning we did before fights was normally watching the other teams play and then picking out who we think would be the best initial target. And then past that, it was just uh, moving through and seeing what we could get done.
yeah, very uh by the seat of our pants once the game started.
I honestly I would describe most of everybody's CC experience as by the store one pants. Nothing ever goes to plan, so um I know it's been a couple of days, so there may not be something, it may not be as fresh in your mind, but was there something specific in the tournament that stood out to you, a good or bad moment that you are still thinking of?
I still have my pride and joy where I believe we had the best. While we may not have won the whole tournament, we definitely won first place for the coolest move in the whole tournament when we
Mm.
got the 3-man murder with the LB combo. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was my favorite moment.
Cover as Crystal is attempting to get them healed up, but the CCs are going out as they go for Crystal, forcing her into a corner here, having to pop that guard and fall back. Now leaping in, we do have, again, these limit breaks sitting on the side of Snackables. They're going to want to use them here if they really want to be able to swing things back in their favor, Liffy.
Yeah, it's gonna be clutch. Kugon almost has that primary yell back up. Oh my god, Crystal!
That's
As you mentioned, you actually went pretty far for not having had that much time to scrim together. What were you feeling around your last match? Like, was there urgency? Did you feel like you relaxed?
That was so tired.
Yeah, we were tired and nerve-wracked and that just really nervous about how to topple a relentless gunbreaker. Pretty much.
Mhm.
Yama definitely refused to die in multiple occasions. I can tell.
Yeah, he was very hard to crack.
Um, talking a little bit more broadly, what is your honest impression of PvP in this game? Like, don't hold your punches. If there's something you think it could be done better, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I like the PvP in 14. Part of me wishes that, as much as let me say this another way. I like PvP and I like the way that it's structured. Part of me wishes that we had a separate PvP space where you could PvP with gear or otherwise, instead of just kind of being in PvP and then that's it. You're just a completely different character in the game mode than you are outside. But I think it's a lot of fun.
I do kind of wish, from a ranked perspective, I kind of wish casual matches weren't a thing. I wish everybody would just queue ranked, and that was just the normal mode, and you wouldn't get like there wouldn't be bronze or anything like that. You would just eventually, from your wins, just like get a ranking, kind of like how mahjong is done, because there's just not enough people. There's just not enough people trying it out on ranked. Um, I do wish they would add more modes that wasn't just like, here's another Frontlines map. Maybe like a revamp of the Rival Wings. Just more focus and emphasis on PvP in general, because I know they're looking at the numbers and they're saying, oh, not a lot of people are playing this. We're not going to do it. But if they don't develop for it, people aren't going to do it. So I don't know. I just wish they would do more.
I agree. I've actually been talking with friends about how, like, we do know they had a terrible reputation and some of it quite deserved, but it would be interesting if they brought back Feast, for example, like just as its own thing, different mode, different goals. It would be really, really good if they actually put a little bit more effort into developing more for this side of the community. But I'm also going to say that you guys participating in this event and generally seeing more, what is the word I'm looking for? Approachable people play PvP has, in a very short span of time, made it so that a lot more people that would have not touched it are engaging with first casual, duo queue, that kind of thing, and then kind of taking baby steps into ranked. It's been remarkable. One of the reasons why I'm mentioning this is because I also coach on the side, and I focus a lot on helping newcomers come into the mode without feeling like they're dead weight, which is very sad to hear all the time. With regards to this event in particular, I heard so much from people who would have not given PvP the time of day say, hey, this looked actually kind of fun. I'm going to try it out. So at the very least, I can say again from a spectator side, you guys did something remarkable, which was remove the demons from PvP for about 7 hours.
It was a good 7 hours. I had, my mods were saying that their family and friends were kind of angry at them for yelling at the screen for so many plays, like it was sports. It was great.
Definitely was. It was very. There were so many moments where like people stood up from their chairs and were like, "No, no, no! Yes, 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 yes!" That's what I live for when I'm both watching and playing. So I really, really appreciate you guys for taking the time to actually prepare for this and make an entertaining experience for everybody who watched.
Yeah.
All right. That leads me to my last question. I did tell you guys I was not going to take much of your time. Would you participate in more PvP related events, tournaments, that kind of thing, whether it is official or community held?
I'd be happy to, yeah.
No, never again.
Oh no.
It was so exhausting. I was so tired. It was like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. when we finished, and I passed out for a solid 12 hours afterwards.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I could do it again. It was, gameplay wise, it was a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
the stream and the high energy and the stress and the downtimes, I was exhausting.
Yeah. I do
You
kind of
guys,
wish the matches were shorter. I think they upped it to like 5 minutes. It felt like really long casual conflict.
right now
Or not
it
crystalline
is.
conflict, sorry.
It times out at 15 minutes, but like I've been in a couple timeout matches, and it's like, okay, I'm going off to crash out in my bed after a 15-minute match because those are exhausting. And it used to be worse. They used to time out the 30 minutes, and I actually had one of those games last year.
Oh man.
Yeah. Um, but I do understand you guys actually had it particularly hard because you had so many matches to play. You were basically on all the time in double elimination. It must have felt a little bit like a day job, so I totally understand you.
It's fine. It was fun. Just on the PvP side of it, I would happily do more. But on the whole tournament side, I don't know if I could do it again. That was painful.
In any case, okay, so those were all of my questions for you guys. I'm going to take a moment to display any information that you would like me to display for your channels. You are definitely both well-known personalities, so I'm sure I am already telling the audience what they know. But let me end this by thanking you guys so much for making the time for me.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Well, thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having us.